Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie. I am the owner and founder of Lady Failte. You are either watching this video on my Facebook group or my YouTube channel, which is called Lady Faulte's Light Healing. So thank you for watching, whether it is now or later. That's weird saying because whenever you're watching it, it's now. But if you're not watching it live and you're watching it on a replay, thank you. So we're going to talk a little bit today about Mabon. I did a video last year on Mabon, and so I didn't really want to repeat too much of what I did last year, but it was actually funny because I went back and watched the video last night, and it was really not very good. Not that I'm anywhere close to being a professional or anything at this now, but the amount of times that I said I still say but hopefully not as much as then. And I was very fidgety, and so it was kind of interesting to just go back and see what that video was like. So first we're going to go ahead and get a little smudge. And then I'm going to go ahead and light my candle. And then we'll get some people invited. Smudge for everybody here, smudge the computer, smudge my desk, some of the tools. I love my Palo Santos as well. I think it just smells amazing. Oh, it smells so good. Get our candle lit real quick here. I'm done with the lighter. And our candle is balanced this month. And when you get them, I've never read the back of them to you, but there's a nice little incantation, I guess, on the back. All right. So let's hop on and invite some people. Yeah, this is kind of the part where it's kind of boring for you guys. I have to move all my necklaces out of the way. But I try to do it really quickly so that it doesn't take up too much time. So I hope everybody had a really good weekend. My husband and I went and helped my husband's sister and her husband build a fence for their horses. They're having a barn built, and we went down and helped do the fence because they're trying to get their horses are at a stable. They, pay to have them stabled, and they were hoping to have them out by the end of the month so they didn't have to pay another month. So we went down and helped do that. So a little sore from that. Nothing major, just the legs and pains. Not used to using all the muscles that I was using, and nothing I won't recuperate from. And gracefully, I fell down on Friday. I typically am not somebody who falls down a lot, so, which is a good thing. I'm not typically clumsy. I drop stuff a lot, but I don't usually fall down. And that was kind of a whole big thing. So I was already running late for work, as usual, as I normally am, and was running out to get in the car. And I tripped on the dog leash, the dog run, and went flat down smack. And then I had to come back in the house and change my clothes, wash up, change my clothes, the whole thing. So in the end, I ended up being even later. Sometimes that happens. And I'd like to think that's the universe's little way of keeping me out of harm's way. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, I fell down. Yeah, I got dirty. Yeah, I was, 10 minutes late for work. But what could have possibly been going on that the universe didn't want me on the road when I was going to be on the road? So I look at it that way. Not that, oh, what a crappy day, I fell down. Look, well, maybe I just got saved from something horrible. I know that's kind of a weird thing to look at, a way to look at it too, but sometimes that's just the way I look at things. All right, and last week we pulled the Shiva Lingam, which is still right here. So we pulled that last week, so we're going to go ahead and put that back and pull another card. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, I went back and I watched the Mabon video for last year, and it was not like, again, that I'm any type of professional at doing this. After a year, I still got a lot to learn. But it was quite comical. I was very fidgety. I was very nervous. I still get nervous coming on here, but I was very nervous. You could tell I was nervous. You could tell I was kind of uncomfortable and awkward. And like I said, I a lot, and I kept checking my notes, and I was very fidgety, and I thought it was kind of funny. So I was actually thinking I might kind of do a repeat of it, because the video was like 30 minutes long, and only about 15 minutes of it was about Mabon. So I thought maybe, well, now that it's, the year and we're doing the whole card thing and astrology thing, maybe I would kind of repeat it and take the other one down and have this one just be the Mabon one. All right. So I pulled Almondine Garnet. I don't have one. I don't believe I have one. If I do, I don't know it. I have a piece of garnet, but not Almondine Garnet. So this is for love, nurturing, protection, and wisdom. It goes with your root chakra. Again, it's a red, so remember that your root chakra is red. If you look at that little color chart. So Almondine Garnet is a seer stone that offers you intuitive guidance, incredible strength, deep protection, and loving calm. You have pulled this card to remind you of your latent power as you ready yourself for battle. Meditate with Almondine Garnet to gather and harness the warrior strength, wisdom, and love that already resides within you. So I will get a picture of that, and I will get that posted up on the group. I just realized when I sat down that last week's chakra card was still sitting here for me to take a picture. So I just took a picture of that, and I will get that up for you as well. It's been a really, really busy week. Lots of stuff going on. My husband was actually supposed to be gone this week, traveling for work, and it got postponed to a later date. And I signed myself up for a vendor fair on Saturday, so I have lots of things going on. I did a vendor fair back in August, and I didn't think I was going to be doing another vendor fair until next August, because I figured I was going to just do that one. And then I signed myself up for this one. And so I've had to be getting my business cards. I've had to be getting my labels. I ordered bottles last night. I ordered sticker paper last night. I ordered tattoo paper last night. So I ordered one of the wall things for the gazebo, my pop-up that I'm using so that I could have it behind me. So yeah, it's just been kind of crazy here all week. And we have classes like every night this week except for one, because we had a bunch of bonus classes. And I thought, well, my husband was going to be gone traveling. I'm like, that's perfect. I'll go home every night and watch them. And he's not traveling. And I've got a bunch of stuff to do. I was going to say shit to do, but stuff to do. And so I haven't watched any of them yet. So I figure that's fine. I'll just wait and not rush and drive myself crazy. And when he is gone, traveling, I will have them all there to watch. So we've smudged, we've lit our candle, we've pulled our card, we've invited everybody. I'm going to try again tonight to do the watch party at 7 and see how that goes. We've had a few people popping on, so I guess it's something, you know. I always say if I get one person on there, then it's one person that I maybe made a difference for. So, Mabon. So last year's video, it was kind of comical because I kept kind of just repeating myself, and I was kind of all over the place, and I was checking my notes, and yeah, it was a mess. But let's start out with Mabon is the second of 3 harvests. It is also rooted in Celtic tradition, although similar holidays are celebrated all over the world. So Mabon would be very similar to what we now have Thanksgiving. So there are, like I said, there's 3. One is Lammas, which has already gone by. I have a video for that. Now we're in Mabon. It's about a week long. And then we're going to go into Samhain is the 3rd harvest, which we call Halloween now. So Mabon, again, is very, very similar to what we have for Thanksgiving. This is the time that they're going to be giving gratitude for the crops that they have. They're going to be giving gratitude for, you know, livestock, all the things that they were going to need to survive the winters. We don't have that problem now. We just go to the grocery store and buy whatever we need. But we can still use it as a time to be thankful, just like we do at Thanksgiving. We can, you know, be thankful for family. We can be thankful for jobs. We can be thankful for roofs over our heads, anything like that. But we also want to take a few minutes to be thankful for our planet. She's taken it pretty hard lately, and I think she's fighting back a little bit. Which is my opinion. But she has definitely been mistreated quite a bit lately. So take some time and give thanks to our planet. Gaia, Pachamama, whatever you want to reference for source is perfectly fine. Let's see here. Mabon. Yep. So again, there's really not a lot to go over for Mabon. It is a Celtic holiday. It is on the calendar, which is called the Wheel of the Year. Maybe I'll find a picture of that and post it in the comments later for you today. And it's the 2nd of the 3rd harvest. So this is, again, when they would be stocking as much food away as they possibly can for the winter for their family. So they didn't have Shaw's and Hannaford back then. So obviously, like I said, it's a week long. They would have been harvesting the whole week. And then at the end, they would have had a festival. They would have had a big celebration. And again, this is pretty much repeat of the last video, but I think I'm going to go back and get rid of that video and just use this one because it kind of fits in with the whole other part of the stuff we've been doing for the year. But morning, Jennifer. Shaw's, yeah, the Celtics didn't run down to Shaw's and get their milk, you know, back in the day. Well, none of us did, right? But anyhow, it would have been a little weird, right? Seeing a big old Celtic guy coming through Shaw's. But nowadays, you never know what you're going to see anyway, so it could happen, right? See all kinds of stuff everywhere. So yes, it's very similar to our Thanksgiving. You would be expressing your gratitude. You would be thanking the gods and goddesses for the harvest. And again, right now, we don't really harvest, much of us. Most of us do not depend on what we grow in our livestock to survive the winter. So instead, you can be thankful for things that you have manifested, things that you have created, projects that you've done, that you've completed, things of that sort. Some of the things you can do for Mabon is decorate, because I love to decorate, which this year I'm like, for Mabon, I am sucking at it. I have not put my Mabon decorations out at all. So I sat here last night and looked around and thought I need to get up and do it, and I didn't. So maybe tonight. You are going to use pretty much typical things that you would use for Thanksgiving, things that you would find in nature. So pumpkins, squash, apples, leaves, acorns, all those things that you would just find out in nature. Again, because back in the day, they did not go to Walmart to get their decorations. They had to make them themselves. So for making them themselves, a couple of ideas that I had was, well, they're not mine. Like, I didn't come up with them myself, but somebody's obviously made them way before I thought of it. But you can take some apples and core them out and make candle holders, and then you could decorate the apples if you wanted for your table. You can, let's see, what else did I have here? Like I said, apples, acorns, leaves. An interesting thing I was reading yesterday is you can take leaves and then dip them in wax, and that will kind of preserve them. And you could make a garland, or just scatter the leaves on the table for decoration that way. You could certainly make a corn husk doll. I have never done it. I have never tried it. I do not have any idea how hard or easy it is. I am not always great at crafty. It's not always my thing. Fill jars with candies or leaves. Yeah, it's just that simple. You know, you don't have to be really fancy or technical about it, because like I said, they would just go out into nature and they'd go for a walk in the woods and just collect things, and that's what they would use. Branches, leaves, acorns, things of that sort. And, you know, again, they're going to be cooking their feast with very similar things that we would be cooking for. What was the card for this week? It was the stone card. It's almondine garnet. Do you have one, Jen? Because I do not. So now I feel like I need to go shopping. But I always feel like I need to go shopping. It's kind of a problem. It's really a problem. I have so much stuff down here to show you guys that I could do an hour-long video just on showing you all the new stuff that I have got that I have not had time to put. I have not put away because it's been sitting here waiting for me to show it to you guys. And we haven't really had time for that either. So, did you get the little kit that had the 3? I was thinking about getting that, but it's probably sold out now. There was a little kit that had a garnet, a sapphire, and an emerald in them. They're small pieces, but there was a little kit, and I think it was like $14 or something. It wasn't super expensive. So, Mabon. The other thing I want to try, and I haven't done it before, so it was kind of interesting, was there was an apple cider recipe kind of thing. And so I wanted to just, it says just put it in your crock pot and basically or on the stovetop, and let it simmer till it's warmed up. But it says it's 1 part apple cider, 1 part grape juice, and then to flavor as you want, cinnamon sticks, allspice, and clove. So I thought I'd try that this weekend. Be a nice little warm drink. I suppose if you wanted, you could add some alcoholic beverage to it if you wanted to spice it up a little bit. Put some spiced rum maybe in it if you wanted to make it an adult beverage. All right, and another thing was I do have some clay here. I bought it like 500 years ago and never did anything with it. I was going to make necklaces out of it and just haven't done that either. I'm really great at planning lots of stuff. My follow through is not the greatest. But you could take some of that quick dry clay and make a little statue to put on your table, or you could also make some candle holders if that was something you wanted to try, and then paint them. It's a quick dry clay, so you don't have to like have a kiln to heat them and dry them. Comes in, it looks like a brick, and it was super cheap. I don't even think I paid $10 for it. And I was going to make pendants with essential oils, and just never got there. Someday. But I have 2 bricks, so I think I have plenty. And I can always buy more, because I always buy more stuff. All right, and some of the gods and goddesses that may have been worshipped at that time. Some of the ones I wrote down was Persephone, and some of these I don't know how they're pronounced, and some of them I just can't read my own writing. Modron, M-O-D-R-O-N, the Morgan, Ishtar, Thor, Hermes, and the Green Man. So typically, I just work with Pachamama. Gaia is what I usually actually call her. But sometimes I do work with the Green Man. Sometimes I do work with some of the Celtic gods and goddesses. But my belief is that all of them are avatars, if you want to call them that, for the same being. It's one source is what we have. And they present themselves as him or herself as we need them to, as they resonate with us. So that's my little theory on that. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Again, Mabon, like I said, it's just very similar to Thanksgiving. You could decorate with some sunflowers. Those would be good to put out at this time of year for Mabon. Anything like you see the mums, everybody's buying the mums right now anyway, so you could certainly decorate with some mums and some pumpkins, the corn stalks, all the things that you normally decorate for anyway are really the same decorations that you would use for Mabon, because like I said, the holidays are pretty much linked that way. And that's really all I have for my notes. I was thinking maybe Thursday we'd do some sort of craft, but I'm not really sure what I would do because I don't have stuff to make a corn doll. And I thought about maybe talking about stuff we could do for an altar, but really the things that I would tell you to put on your altar are going to be the things that I just told you to decorate with. So again, it's going to be apples and acorns and corn husks and corn silk and leaves, squash, gourds, pumpkins. All those things would be what I would be telling you to put on your altar as well. So I'm like, well, that doesn't really seem like they want to hear all that again. I just told them exactly all those things. So I'm not really sure what my plan is going to be for Thursday yet. But we don't have any new moon coming up or any big changes coming up before Thursday. So we don't really have anything to talk about for that. The sun did go transfer into Libra. So we are now in Libra. I will get the Libra video from, sorry, I have a hair on me. I'll get the Libra video from Athena posted up there within the next week or so for you. Again, just a reminder that they're old videos. So if she's referencing a class or anything like that, it's not relevant anymore. But the information that she goes over for the zodiac signs, I think is very accurate and very informational. And she's fun. So I like to get those posted up there. Even though they're older videos, the zodiac information isn't going to change from year to year. That's still going to stay the same. But if she is talking about a class or a sale or something that's going on, just remember that those are old videos and they're not relevant. I will certainly tag you, Jen, if my old memory serves me. But I'm usually pretty good at that stuff. I can't remember dates and I can't remember going places. My husband gets really upset because I will go someplace and I totally forget that we went there. He usually has to tell me like the whole story and remind me, and then I'm like, then it'll come back to me. But again, I'm not good with time. I'm not good with remembering past things because I'm usually too focused on what's going on ahead of me. I had a little thing here. I was going to just go over a couple things, and I think I pretty much went over some of these already, but if I forgot, I wanted to touch base on these. So one of the things I said was to dip the leaves in the wax and use them as decoration or make a garland. Go apple picking. That's something you could do. Again, these are things I don't really need to tell you, and it seems kind of silly that I'm making a video for it because these are all things that everybody's doing, especially around here anyway. Everybody's apple picking right now. Everybody's making apple pie. Everybody's making apple crisp. A friend of mine the other day made apple butter. And those are all perfect things for Mabon, are things that people are pretty much doing this time of year anyway. So it seems kind of silly for me to go tell you to do these things when most people are doing them anyway. But you can do it with intention, which makes a big difference. You can just go apple picking with your family, and that's a great day, and it's great to spend time with your family. But kind of take it the next step farther and think of all the things that you're grateful for. Be grateful for the day with your family. Be grateful to the tree for the apples. Be grateful to Mother Earth for letting the tree grow. All those things you can kind of be, showing your gratitude at the same time. You can also be doing it with an intention. You can set an intention to honor somebody with what you're doing. It doesn't have to be one of my gods that I listed. It can certainly be anybody you want. It doesn't even need to be a god, really. You can just be thankful. Set an intention. You could be baking the pie and put the intention of love in it, for example. So you're making the pie with love. And the intention is to serve it with love, and the people who are receiving it will receive love. And you could make a scarecrow. Again, all things people are already doing. And the other thing you could do, which I do this kind of all year long, is put food out for the animals. Now, I know that's a big controversial thing, and depending on where you live, and depending on what you have for wildlife, and depending on your neighbors, could be complicated. So if you can't just put food out for wildlife, you could certainly maybe find a park nearby that has geese or swans that you could go feed. You could maybe find a zoo that has some animals that you could go feed. But I put food out here all year long. Anytime that I have something in the fridge that is kind of like, oh, the bread's getting a little dry, I just throw it out on my lawn. Any food that I have that is like, okay, it's not rotten, but it's really gone, I'm not going to eat it now, I throw it out on my lawn. we have, between the birds and squirrels, chipmunks, skunks, porcupine, gopher, deer, moose, bear, whatever else is around that we've had a fox in our yard. Apparently somebody is posting something. Is going to eat it. So you could be doing that and giving thanks to some of the animals, some of the creatures of the forest. Again, I know it's very controversial, so if that's something that you don't choose to do, again, that's perfectly fine. It's just a suggestion. I know a lot of people feel that by feeding wildlife, you're making them dependent on food. But you either got to do it all the time and continue to do it all the time, or I think if you just do it like, a time here or there, it's not going to really make the animals dependent on you by doing that. So if one of the things I had written down was to make some popcorn, not oily, buttery, greasy popcorn, but just some plain popcorn, and put it out by the woods, put it out in your backyard, depending on where you live. Take it to a park, or whatever you feel called to do. And if you don't feel called to do that, that's perfectly fine as well. So that's pretty much it for Mabon. Like I said, it's pretty simple. It's a harvest celebration. There would have been harvesting, there would have been decorating, there would have been cooking, and there would have been drinking. That's pretty and doing it all with gratitude. So that pretty much wraps that all up in a nutshell for you. It's not real complicated. There wasn't any weird rituals. There wasn't any complicated things. Back in the day, you didn't want to make it more complicated than you had to. So maybe I'll take a minute here and show you, let's see. I'll just reach in the bag and see what I got first down here. This is one I already have, but I wanted another one because I am starting a collection here at home and I'm starting a collection at work. And I have one for here, but I wanted one. This is my one that I keep here. And I bought this at the Springfield Gem Show when I went with Tara and Lisa, and we met Athena. So that sits right here. But I did buy a second one to take and leave at work. So you guys have seen that one, but I'll read you the card because the one I bought in Springfield didn't come with a card. I just threw a big sage leaf on myself. All right, so it's an instant chakra alignment, calming, protective, God, I'm so blind. Calming, protective shields, personal energy from intrusion. I made an eye appointment the other day. I have to break down and go. I don't mind going to the eye doctors. I don't like hearing the price tag on the glasses that I need. So, again, this was just, I didn't even tell you what it was. Gosh. So it is blue, it's a blue teal kyanite. Did I say that right? Yeah. God, I'm really blind. It's a problem. So that one's actually going to work with me because I have one here. And then what have we got here? I got about 5 minutes so before I have to go. So I'll just kind of show you what I can for 5 minutes. I'll just take these off because I can't see them. I think this says alunite. A-L-U-N-I-T-E. It's kind of written in a fancy little font that I can't quite make out. So alunite helps you to heal the wounds of the past. It provides gentle stability and grounding and grounding emotionally and physically. A great tool for empaths and healers, allanite helps you to resolve issues in need of release. It increases creativity and inspires you to add more play to your day. So that's actually a pretty good stone. Grounding is awesome. Great tool for empaths and healers. Awesome. Resolving issues that need releasing. Awesome. And adding more play to your day. So still that throat chakra. Never goes away. But yeah, I've had a problem with my throat chakra for a long time. Still working on that. But anywho, that's another story. But yes, I have been also working on my Chiron wound, which brings out my anger. And I've said to myself a couple of times, which I also went to a medium last week, and he basically told me the same thing, that I need to stop focusing so much on not being angry and just spend some time on focusing on having fun and not being so serious. So instead of focusing on the negative part, not being angry, I need to focus on more of the positive part of not taking myself so seriously and having a little bit of fun. All right, so this is a little piece of golden danburite, and you're probably not going to be able to see it very well, but it does have a little golden color to it. And I can't see the screen now because I took my glasses off. So gold danburite possesses a pure vibration that brings forth joy, motivation, inspiration, and clarity. This gemstone provides a potent boost in self-esteem and confidence and will help you open your mind and heart to all living beings. Just a little teeny piece. I have another piece of danburite around here somewhere, but it's not golden. I don't know where it is now, but I have another piece around here somewhere, but it's not a golden one. I really, really, really need, if there's anybody out there watching this ever that is a tech person, make us an app so we can keep track of our crystals. Like, I don't know how many times I've asked people, I'm like, how do you keep track of your crystals? And they're like, yeah, I write them down, take pictures, write them in a notebook, have a spreadsheet, all those things, but none of those are easy. So somebody out there who is a techie person, make us a goddamn app that we can keep track of our crystals on. Because it's really hard when you get, my collection's getting pretty big. And I'm very happy about that. But I often don't remember what I have and what I don't have. And sometimes that's really a pain in the butt. I'm going to stop there, I guess. I showed you 3. There's still a bunch more in here. There's still a bunch of stuff over here. It's crazy. I'll show you this real quick, and then I'll go. I may have shown you that piece. I don't know. I can't even remember now. I love the little trios of perfume. I have so much perfume, again, that I will have to live to be about 400 years old to use all the perfume. And Athena is always coming out with new perfumes, and I'm always making new perfumes. So it's kind of crazy. So I don't want to buy full bottles of the perfume. First of all, they can be pricey. Second of all, I already have so many perfumes, it's insane. I'll never live long enough to wear them all. But I want them still the same. So you can go in and get these little trios of the perfumes. All her perfumes are listed there in a little drop-down screen. And you can go in and pick which ones you want. And these are $6 for 3 of them. And they're full. They're like all the way full. You can't see it because the sticker's on there, but it's filled right to the top. So you'll get quite a few uses out of it. So this one is Crow. And this one is Witch's Brew. So I went with the whole Halloween theme here. And this one is just Witch, called Witch. So I love this because I can use all of these now. I don't have the big bottle that will take up a ton of space. That will cost me a ton of money. If I would have bought all those, it would have been $60-something. And I got all 3 for $6. Actually, it would have been $90. Yeah, it would have been $90-something if I had bought them all separate. And so I got them for $6, and I love it. They're the perfect size. It's great for my little bathroom. It's great for the fact that I don't have to live to be 400 years old to wear all my perfume. So, all right, with that, I am going to say good day. I hope everybody has an awesome day. I hope everybody has an awesome couple of days till I see you on Thursday. It's supposed to be really warm again today, so I think we're having kind of like a little bit of a late summer, but all the leaves here are changing a lot, and a lot of them are changing and falling. Like there are already a ton of leaves on the ground here. But it is warm, so I'm going to go hopefully and get to enjoy a little bit of that sunshine today. I'm going to maybe go out for a little walk at my lunchtime. I will see you guys all on Thursday. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope that something amazing happens for you, to you, however you want to say it. Remember to be kind. Your kindness could not only change your day, but it could change someone else's day as well, and could change their lives. Bobby Joe, thanks for popping on. I'm just wrapping up, but I'm going to do the watch party tonight at 7, so I will send you an invite at 7. Okie dokie? So have a great day, ladies. Love you, and thanks for watching.